EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati. Tonight, it's the second of our Monday night doubleheader, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, as we are off and running on EA Sports. Now, this will be returned from deep in the end zone, and only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now Hall to start the drive. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
A gain of 29 yards. First down, New York.
That's caught left side by Hardman. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. You talk about this Bengals defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, this defense for the Bengals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the chains, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
This pass out wide to Hall. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now Wilson changing the play. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Back to the ground with Hall. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. A tough time to to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0.
Well, given where they started that opening drive, CD, I think to get 3 out of it, probably a pretty good start that they'll take.
I think you're exactly right about that because they just shook off the effects of the kickoff in field position and took the ball and moved it downfield. Didn't pay off with a touchdown, but that drive, that was really nice for them, and they did come away with 3 points.
And the Jets have recovered. Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets add 6 to their lead. Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done. 5
yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Burrow on play action. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11.
Now Burrow. That is caught. And he's going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
11, 11, 11, 11.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 in 2nd down. The Bengals at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Burrow will throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback.
1-1, ready?
They held him without a sack in Week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Gun, gun.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for the Bengal touchdown. Herb Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Holding a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and
Here's Burrow.
at the 21-yard line.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. From 21 yards away. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
The throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Now it's Wilson.
Throw right side here taken in by Bateman.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, first and 10
At the 20.
Stop.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's first and 10.
Now it's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And the Bengals are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
They'll try to run this one in. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. The pitch back. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes it a 21-10 game.
after the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Now it's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bengals will get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to not run dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going forward there was the right call.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Jets are going to get it back here just past the 35.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
51 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Irv Smith Jr. halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bengals are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Give him 30 yards there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Hall on a give up the middle. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And quickly they get to the line. They'll go again with Hall. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Jets.
Now Wilson on 1st down. On the out route, he completes it to Hall. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 yards there, just like last play. They go play action with Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And did he get in? No, they'll mark him down at the 1-yard line.
At the 1-yard line.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Burrow's throw there taken in by Smith.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete through the middle of the field.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase,
66 yards.
and the Bengals are able to extend their lead.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
This now a 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a gain of 6. First down, New York.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Wilson.
This pass out wide to Hall.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Throwing is Wilson.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Back to 60. Back to 60. 19 Lions.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
A gain of 15.
Straight ahead is Hall.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
98 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. 70 range.
Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hall. And they'll get this down to the 10. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 1st down, Wilson.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
18, Pioneer.
Now Wilson.
And a check down, complete to Hall.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Throwing again here, Wilson. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Bengals drive about to get going. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Well, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. Taken down at the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Herb Smith Jr., his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year.
And the Bengals are on their way to a 2-0 start. And McPherson on for the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
1st down, Jets.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles, go!
Paul again.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
134 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw is Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On second down, a run with Hall. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On first down, right back to Hall.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
Second and 10.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
New York.
So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. And he will get in for the 2 points to get this back to a 3-score game.
42. Jets 18.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Here we go. Here's second and 7.
11 MT, 11 MT.
He gives it up. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Bengals, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin.